pissed off all of a sudden. It was like she was happy-go-lucky until we pressed start.
I am furious about this weather.
Sus.
Sarah, it is freezing.
Here's what you need. Let me tell you a little bit about living in California. We're a little thrown off, but what we're getting here is just early June gloom.
Yeah, but I'm fine with the gloom. Where's the heat?
Oh, yeah.
Bring it to... I'm in a wool sweater, Sarah. It is May.
But might I add, the sweater looks lovely on
Thanks to you. You gave it to me.
Well, you know.
I'm grateful because otherwise, what would I be wearing? A blanket? A muumuu? I have nothing for this weather.
Well, I hope that maybe I don't fit into another sweater that I can give you so that you can be warm in our studio.
Why are you offended on behalf of the state of California?
I totally am. And the other thing that's funny is I chose an outfit that I could take layers off because I'm always so hot at your house.
Yeah.
So I was anticipating warm weather.
I just turned the heater on.
Did you really? Well, we'll be toasty.
But otherwise, I'm fine. How are you?
The house is warm. The wine is cold.
That's all that matters.
All that matters.
Welcome.
Thanks, Suze.
Episode 223.
Woo!
And it's good to be here.
Yeah, baby.
I just got back, actually. We're recording right before Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. And I just got back from, the program they give at the school.
Tell me everything about
Lincoln is a dud.
What do you mean?
Everyone is exceptional. They know their lines and the motions. And he just stands there smiling and winking at me.
He just got to when was his first day?
Of school?
Of this
it's
school.
The same school.
Oh, he's still going to the same school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, how take some pressure off the guy.
He just does not give a shit.
Oh.
Which I get.
Well, you know what? I remember when he was so little and he would say water really adorable. Mm-hmm. He said it like Adam.
Yeah.
And there was a time where we were at a party at my house or something and you were like, you have to hear how he says water. It's so cute. And Adam was standing right next to him. And you were like, Link, how does Daddy say water? And he must have been 3. Mm-hmm. And he looks and goes, ask him. He's standing right there. And since that moment, I was like, oh, this kid's something else. He said it so straight. He was like, it was like I was talking to a 16-year-old who was like,
yeah, he's not putting up
what
with that.
Ask him. He's right there. I don't understand.
He makes a good point.
Yeah, he gets so I can see how he's like, what are we doing these hand movements for? What's the point?
You know how it's when you go to any of these things now, it's just phones everywhere.
Oh,
everyone has their phones
everybody's
up.
recording.
And I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm just going to watch it. And
Yeah.
Lincoln was like, motioning for me, why are you recording?
Really?
Yes.
I wonder, our kids... Oh, my gosh.
It was really weird. Because I thought,
we should
not
unpack
doing
this.
That. He was pointing
because I was wondering that. Some kids are frustrated. I was watching a video of what's one of the Kim Kardashian's daughter, mm-hmm. and she looked I think Kim Kardashian was trying to get her to say something, and
some kids aren't having it.
She was not having it,
yeah.
And then I wonder if there's going to be a point where she's like, "Mom." This brings me to one of the stories that I brought today. So this was it wasn't even some big article or something.
Yeah.
It was just something I saw. Mm-hmm. So do you remember the girl who did that Catch Me Outside, How About That?
Yeah.
And then turned into a rap phenomenon or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, her, I don't know, rival or whatever it's called, is this little 9-year-old girl who calls herself Lil Tay. Have you heard of this?
No.
Of course you haven't, because who has?
Okay.
Well, she's been going around Instagram flexing with all this money and in fancy cars and saying I'm 9 years old and I have a Lamborghini and look and all this money. And when I show you a picture of her, you'll be like, what the heck? She's got all these Gucci outfits on mm-hmm. and everything. Well, she has a mom who works in the real estate industry, and her mom was just fired from her real estate job because the real estate company saw in the reflection of the mirror that the mom was the one holding the camera and recording all these videos.
What's wrong with that?
Well, that's what I was going to get your take on is do you think that we should be responsible for this is our child, she's 9 years old.
Oh, she's 9.
Yeah. So her behaviors then reflect on the mom. They must have a real
strict policy on that at the real estate office.
Or maybe she uses her Instagram for maybe the mom posts house stuff on. I don't know. Maybe
God,
I'm just
conflict
thinking.
Of interest.
Yeah, and But I was wondering what you thought about those kind of moms
sounds like
and
that
those kind
mom,
of children.
She doesn't need that job.
Clearly, I was wondering then there was no further information about where she's acquiring this money, where the Lamborghinis are coming from.
I am not that scene. If a scholar could share with me what I'm missing,
Right.
that would illuminate something about that culture, I'm open to it. But as from like superficially, I'm just so turned off by that flashy money thing.
This is what we're dealing with here.
Oh my God, she holds. It's like Johnny Bananas, that picture where he held that money up.
It totally is like that.
Okay, but this
It's
is like
they're
her
talking on a phone
persona.
with their stack of money or something.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre.
Well, I really don't think the mom's got a problem, unless that's like a rental and fake money.
Yeah, and that's what people are saying. And so I just thought it was like, I came
bizarre.
up on my feet and I was like, this is so weird.
What, is the Cash Me Outside girl good at rapping?
I mean, no, I don't think so.
Well, then why are people buying her songs?
Except once it was playing and I was like nodding my head to it. And Landon was like, you know who this is? And he told me and I was like,
first of all, where do
should
you
I play
hear
you
this
some
music?
of that? I think it was on the radio. What's her name? She has a really annoying name. It's like something Barbie, but with an H. Bad Barbie, like BHAD.
BHAD.
It's really, I think that's it. Oh yeah, Bad Bobby, BHABIE. Or baby, Bad Baby. I don't know. No, it's Bad Baby.
We're so old.
So it's bad.
And
Woo!
remember when I told you about how somebody played TJ Lavin's demo tape? And
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, how would you describe the
Music.
And she was like, rags to riches? Like that's the theme? And so I'm wondering what Cash Me Outside's theme is. Is she just mad about her mom or whatever?
Let's see. Some high bitch.
Oh, God. This is
What if we had to play her?
This is a new low, Sarah. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Hold it up to the mic.
Hi bitch, hi bitch, hi bitch, hi bitch.
It doesn't sound any different from any other.
You know what I'm going to come out with is the follow-up to that called Bye Bitch. But she spells it B-I-C-H, just in case.
Well, okay, what's with that also?
I don't know.
Especially
Maybe we're
when
getting
it's
phonetic.
a white person. Is she a white woman?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not for me.
No. I mean,
And people are buying this music?
well, it's on Spotify.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
So that's where I started today.
That
story.
hurts. That hurts.
Do you have any good news?
I have a lot of interesting stories.
Ooh, tell me.
Well, first of all, on the same topic, did you watch the Childish Gambino's This Is America video yet?
Oh, no, but I saw him on... I love
Yeah.
him. He's
Yeah.
so amazing, so
Yeah.
talented. And I saw him on Saturday Night Live, and he was fantastic.
Oh, I was wondering how that performance
It was
went.
great.
Yeah. Well, the video is incredible.
And he did a really cool... Oh, it was so awesome. On stage, he had it was just a bunch of people hanging out. It was like he was at a barbecue, and he was walking around and singing.
In SNL?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Zoe Kravitz was there, and she introduced him, and then she like walks up on stage and sits down, and he's like dancing and singing all around people who are like playing.
He is a
spades and
handsome
stuff.
man.
I think so too.
I mean,
Yeah. And then he's like, it has his shirt off in the video and everything, and he looks good.
yeah, it's
mean-
incredible. Yeah, okay, anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Okay, I wanted to share with you this video that I watched of a spider. Do you have arachnophobia?
No.
You have no
But
fear?
is this about the really old one that died?
Spider?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, that was in the news too. Continue. We'll put a little pin in that story.
Well, I do not really like spiders, and this video was so disturbing
No.
because scientists have trained
Oh no.
a spider to jump on command.
No. What do you mean?
On command?
Jump, Spidey, jump.
And it was like 2 platforms, and it was jumping from one to the other. And Sarah, first of all, I don't want them to learn how to jump on
I was impressed
command.
with flea circuses, and now we've got this.
Right. Are they still around? Or is it like animal cruelty or something?
Oh, what if the flea people... Peter's
union.
really upset about the fleas being harmed. No fleas have been harmed in the making of this circus.
I am going to put this video in the newsletter.
So
because,
how do they do it?
Well, this is what annoyed me, is they were
And
describing what they
spider?
learned from it, that it was a hairy one. I know that. And they learned, like, the way that a spider can jump, which is not just muscle, but something called hydraulics, and it can jump 6 times its body size.
Oh, it like builds up pressure in its leg and then releases it, so it's like a spring kind of?
Kinda.
Whoa!
A human's max is like 1.5 times its
Yeah.
body size or body length, whereas a spider is 6 times, which is freakish. And they're trying to figure out why.
Yeah.
They can't replicate it with a robot, so that's part of why they're
Wow.
interested in it. But they never said, and here's how we trained the damn thing.
That's a really important... We're going to need to know that.
What do you think they did?
I don't know. What do spiders really like?
Right!
They're like a little fly on a little
Do
string.
you think like they made the platform super close at first, or
Yeah, that's probably what they did. But on command. There's... What? I don't know.
I'm not okay with it. And stop training them.
Stop it.
That is the last thing I need, because I'm afraid of things that jump, like crickets and grasshoppers, because you never know where they're going to go.
Oh, yeah, that's like me and scurrying things. The same. Got it.
Scurrying.
Jumping, scurrying. Don't get them away from us.
Yeah, do you know Ibis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she has a fear of frogs, which I always thought was funny, but similar.
I get it. Same thing.
And
you don't
they're,
know
like,
where
wet.
and they are wet. And they're sticky, kind of.
Anyway, what is this old spider you were talking about?
The world's oldest spider that people like had in captivity. Guess how many years old it was? It was a trapdoor spider.
Is
I think
it
that's
big?
what they called? Trapdoor spider. Guess how many years old it was?
Is it big or small?
I think it's big.
20 years old?
44 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah. A 44-year-old spider?
Why?
Right.
What if they were like, what's your secret? And they were like, I have a glass of wine a day. Like they always do. Their secrets are always so stupid.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
I smoke cigars. What do you like? Did they say that it was an unusually long life?
It was, no, I think it's like the normal lifespan. The only thing is that we don't often keep them in captivity for that long to like be able to test it or look at it. So
we just
it was
don't
just
really
like
know
the
their
oldest one,
lifespan?
and then it finally died.
Well, okay.
Well, they discovered that with lobsters too. That lobsters never die. You hear this? No, I'm not even kidding. Lobsters do not die of natural causes. They only die, I swear on my life, they stay in their sexual sexual, age of maturation or whatever, and that never goes away. So they're always in like a reproductive phase of life, and they don't die. I swear this is real. Susie's silent, like she doesn't believe me.
Like I'm not on a podcast.
Yeah. I'm like sitting here trying to defend something.
I'm
that Susie-
sitting here thinking like,
They've pulled them out where they are enormous. Oh no!
What am I hearing?
I'm playing more "Cash Me Outside" music.
why would they just would, they're eternal?
Yes,
Sarah, don't say dumb stuff.
I'm not.
I'm
Although they're okay. Although they are still susceptible to death by disease or attacks, lobsters can theoretically live forever because getting older does not raise their chance of dying. An enzyme known as telomerase prevents the DNA in lobster cells from being damaged as they are replicated, scientist Simon Watts reports in The Sun.
That's outrageous.
What?
In The Sun? Okay.
Lobsters may hold the key to life, says The Telegraph.
What? Okay, but where is
Smithsonian
he
Magazine.
a scientist of?
Smithsonian Magazine. BBC
Crazy.
Earth.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
It says scientists say lobsters can live forever, but they're still delicious.
So what do they tend to die from? Just humans?
And like animal attacks and getting, I don't know, squished by
Wonder what the
something.
oldest one is then.
You know what? They do say that they're like the cockroach of the sea. And you know how cockroaches live? Oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
They're like in that same family.
but delicious.
Yum. You should have seen our eyes were the exact same. And they were like real gross then. But dipped in butter. Which makes me think, what does a cockroach taste like?
Good point.
Can we fry that bad boy up?
I'm surprised you've never eaten one.
I should have eaten one at some
You
point.
probably have and just forgot.
Yeah, and just like shoving things in my mouth on a challenge.
I was reading a book recently by the woman who was on Mythbusters. Who
cool.
We're going to be having on the show.
What? This
But-
is like a surprise treat for me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're going to interview her in a minute.
I'm so excited.
And
I'm nervous
when
now.
I was reading about all the different things she's done, I thought I should have kept better track of like what I've done, because
Can you put that on a resume?
I think I tried to block most of it out because for me it was traumatizing. She enjoyed it. We were tortured. She was like actually
Doing cool science,
Yeah,
like, you know,
right.
dropping cars from cranes.
But-
we were jumping from cranes.
She is a vegetarian though, which was a problem because sometimes they would have to eat stuff like we would. And so she would always try to choose, like, she chose one time, you know, crickets because you say they're not so bad. Well, what she didn't either realize or didn't care was that it was still alive.
Oh.
And she put it in and she should have chewed right away and she didn't. And it was like grabbed onto the back of her neck or throat. Yeah.
That's freaky.
Would you just die?
Yeah.
And
could you imagine?
Yeah.
No.
Because it was holding on for dear life, literally.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I
it's
can't blame the cricket.
clipped on. But no, I don't blame the cricket.
Oh, that gives me the heebie-jeebies. It
So
makes me
gross,
itchy.
right?
I'm sorry, people. Oh,
Okay,
gross.
I am enraged.
Oh, great. Love
But
that. I
the-
mean, not good
well,
that you're
the
enraged,
thing
but
that-
it's going to be for a good story.
But, I mean, despite my rage, I'm actually... Hold on. Let me get myself together. Okay. Let me tell you about it. I read this article that said, you know, obviously prisons are gendered spaces. And we think we've come a long way in the ways that we treat men and women. But, like, the classes that are offered to men in prison are totally different and more numerous
Oh,
than the ones we offer women.
what are they?
Well, it varies by state,
Okay.
but one state, for example, had 21 certificate programs for men and 2 for women. And the 2 that was for women was economics or office administration and culinary arts.
Is this a prison from 1952?
Right. And then
This sounds like the elective options in high schools when my mom was a kid.
yeah, and like they offer carpentry, engineering,
Yeah, I was going to say
stuff
like a lot
that.
of auto mechanic
But for
stuff,
women,
or-
they have classes on how to parenting, right?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it really made me mad.
I mean, I bet a lot of those women would be really interested in carpentry and auto mechanics.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that the women's prison population
Yeah.
really would like to learn a
Yeah.
trade.
Yes, I think so too.
Or at least have the option to.
Yeah.
And the fact that there isn't as many classes is a problem. And the fact that they are different.
Why did they say why that is? That they're
Yeah, they just friggin' don't
Oh.
care. Like the funding and, you know, all those
Yeah.
stories. And then,
God, there really is a range, because then I hear these stories about some, you know, prisons that have certain programs that are just doing so
yeah,
fantastic.
That's what it
and-
does vary a lot by
Yeah.
state. But like
Ugh, and
the
then other
other
ones.
people were saying, and wouldn't it be great if they did have a parenting class for the male prisoners?
Okay.
Right? If
Thank
anybody
you.
could use a tip or two
Yeah.
on parenting.
Okay. Please. That's really important.
That got me real worked up. I've been thinking a lot about that because, you know, I do have the pen pals that are in prison. And so I think about prison life a lot. And, you know, it's weird because, you know, they're criminals.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to be too sympathetic, but come on.
Yeah.
What about
I think
rehabilitation?
there's a wide range of things that could wind people up and
The prison
Jail.
system is
really messed
so
up.
screwed up.
Oh, it's so screwed up.
Do we have
Ooh.
any listeners that work there? Can you guys email me? Because I need to talk to you. Like, I just want to talk to them about,
Yeah.
like, what are their opinions on what the answers are.
Yeah. Well, I had a psychiatrist who also he talked to me like he violated like client confidential, not really confidential, but he just would tell me things about his job where I'm like, are you supposed to be telling me this? But he told me that he worked, that there was pretty much I was complaining that I couldn't get an appointment. It was really hard. Like, he's only in the office like once a month. He said, yeah, well, because there's no money in this work. All the money's in the private sector with the prisons and stuff like that. So he goes from prison to prison and just does psychiatric evaluations and is making tons of money because like you get it from each prison or whatever. So all these psychiatrists, high level, psych doctors are like,
well, does he feel any
but I don't think they're given minutes to each person. So it's like quantity and then just meds, which is what everybody wants. So
the book that I read, Crazy, about the guy that had a son with mental illness, he is a journalist, so he did journalism on that industry, which prisons are an industry, sadly. And it was so depressing because he would follow these guys that you're describing. They would go around and they kind of check in. Yeah. They don't do much. No, they
don't.
And so they're just like, here's a pill or not.
I mean, I think about the attention that I got from that psychiatrist and how I felt like I only got about 1/5 of his attention, and he didn't ask me any questions about, he was so quick to just give me a prescription, and I was in and out of there in 15 minutes. I'm like, wow, that was it, Well,
that's because you seem sane.
Yeah.
Like the shortcuts that he's
imagine,
using.
Would he spend more time with somebody like me or more time with somebody? I don't imagine him having better care for an inmate.
Right, right.
So I was like, God, if this is what I'm getting, imagine what they're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all messed up.
It bums me out, but I don't know what the answers are.
Yeah. How did we get talking about this? Man,
well, I just read that article.
Oh, right.
What doesn't bum me out, though, is adorable outfits and bathing suits from ModCloth.
Preach it, girl.
Which I have been stocking up on.
I was going to say, did you buy anything new recently?
Yeah, I got...
have your bathing suits showed up?
Basically summer wear, which I'm bitter about because it's freezing today, as I mentioned.
Now I see why you're mad.
Yeah.
Why are you taking it out on me?
I have no idea.
Tell the people where they could get
it's because you're
nice,
here.
Affordable clothing.
ModCloth is so great because it's so affordable, but they have such a variety. They're always getting new stuff, too. Like, I keep checking back because they get new stuff all the time, and their size range is so nice. XXS all the way up to 4X. And they have a team of stylists that'll hook you up with complimentary sizing and styling help. And then they have this wedding boutique. Like, that's a big problem when you're going to a wedding and you're like, I don't know what to wear, and you want to look different. You don't want to wear just sort of the basic thing. Or if you're a bride or a bridesmaid and you want something affordable. And the stuff that I've gotten, I got this gorgeous blue velvet bathing suit.
Oh, I want to see that.
It's so awesome.
Oh, I have to see it.
And I'm going to wear it as a bodysuit, too.
Should.
It's, that pinup style.
Yeah.
And it's just so lush. And I have blue eyes, so hopefully they'll bring that out. But the site's super easy to browse and everything, and you'll find something you love. And you can get 15% off your purchase of $100 or more. Go to modcloth.com and enter promo code BrainCandy at checkout. Hurry, the offer expires on June 29th, so... again, that's 15% off your purchase of $100 or more. Go to modcloth.com. That's modcloth.com and enter promo code BrainCandy at checkout. And that expires on June 29th. Such cute clothes.
Handbags, accessories.
Love it. Sheets. You've been spreeing lately for your Hawaii.
Yeah, I have.
Shenan. Okay. I read an article about why women don't write letters to the editor.
Oh, just men do.
Yeah. Tons and tons of men.
Oh, my gosh.
Write letters to the editor. Have you ever written a letter to the editor of anything?
Yes. The crossword book. Remember when I found 2 errors?
Right. That is so funny.
So, yes, I have.
Right, and they never responded. Or they were like, we'll pass this along.
They said, we'll pass it along to the people editing the next copy.
One.
To no one. We'll pass it along to we'll put it in our very important file. Trash can labeled very important file. That's exactly where they put it.
When you did that, did you feel like I'm doing a good thing here?
No, I felt like I'm definitely going to get a free crossword puzzle out of this.
Oh, that's right.
Remember?
You were mad you wanted something.
So mad. I was like, I'm doing basically your job.
You should have said specifically, and I would like a free
If I were a man, I would have.
Right.
I know.
So...
What are they saying in their letters to the editor?
Okay, this is what's great. So file this under duh in terms of like
I love
why
these.
women don't write letters to the editor. They call it the confidence gap. We all know about this where like they did a study where you were given a science quiz, and before the quiz you were supposed to assess how good you are in that subject matter, and women consistently said they were worse than they ended up actually being, and men didn't. They either did it correctly or overstated their proficiency. And scientists referred to this.
That's about usual.
That's it.
Yeah.
Scientists referred to this as the confidence gap and said, you know, that's likely contributing to why a woman wouldn't think she was qualified to speak on the subject.
Right.
But what really got me was how they talked about the letters that they do get.
Yeah.
90% of the letters received by various newspapers around the country don't even refer to an article.
They're just bitching.
Yeah. Many are completely incoherent.
Oh,
So
no.
even the
ones
lunatics,
who think that are like, I know everything.
yeah, and they often ramble and talk about various subjects that have no. And when I worked on Capitol Hill for the Congresswoman, I had to read constituent mail as part of my job and write back.
Yeah.
And I can say that most of them were men. Most of them thought the KGB was monitoring them. Most of them.
Yeah.
Very
Are
few.
we sure this isn't just a personality type that just appears
That tends to be
more
male?
in men?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's called Dick. Like overconfident asshole.
yeah.
You've seen him on the road.
Yeah.
He's also writing letters to every newspaper in the country.
Yeah.
You know him.
I'm trying to think about the letters because, you know, I'll receive letters from people, and a lot of them are from men, and they almost seem more like, they'll be like MTV super fans, but it seems more, now when you say like incoherent, like so were my letters, or maybe they fell somewhere on the spectrum.
Oh, okay.
And it becomes an obsession, and it just so happens that their obsession is dinosaurs. So they read every single article on dinosaurs, and then they look at the dinosaur article and they're like, no, this is wrong. And that's a terrible impression. That's just an impression of a nerdy person who'd like to jump in with what they have to say.
Right.
And then those are the people who write.
I think that would be more believable. And it probably accounts for some of it, certainly.
Yeah.
But people of color, including male people of color, write 50% fewer letters as well, which indicates that in general, there's a sense that if in society you think your voice doesn't matter and no one gives a crap,
You don't write.
you're not going to write a letter to the editor.
This white male superiority thing feels like they need to.
Yeah, and they're just like tapping away at their computer.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the well actually guys on Twitter. Hello,
Well,
everyone.
Actually, that's it. Oh, that is a word that's really been bugging me lately.
Yeah,
And then when women use it to it's usually like
that is rare. I
was,
can't even hear that in my head.
Oh, there was a woman who was talking about her tattoos, and she was like, "Well, actually, this one is from." And I was like, "Oh." I don't know why it bugged me so much, but it did. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Remember last couple episodes ago, where we were talking about the Golden State Killer, and I was so obsessed with his micro penis. Previously, I had done a tweet in which I said the collective noun for a group of men who, I forget what they had done, like they tried to get some woman off the air.
Yeah.
I said the collective noun for those men is a micro penis. And some guy sent me an email from my website and said he had a micro penis. I still
was
have his
offended.
email. Yeah. And he was like, you should not associate that with desirability because then you're saying it was crazy. And I thought, is this a punk? Like, this guy cannot really. And then after they caught the Golden State Killer, I checked to make sure that's who it was not. I thought, what if the Golden State Killer
was writing you?
Sent me an email.
Oh my God.
But his name was James, not Joseph. But Joseph's middle name was James.
What?
Joseph James D'Angelo, I think was his name.
Oh.
I'm just saying, there was a part of me that was like, oh my God, the
It's
Golden
him.
State Killer was after me.
Oh my God.
Because I made
Now
fun
I'm
of
nervous. Micropenises.
Yeah.
He's like Googling. He's got a Google alert set up for
It
micropenis.
would suck if you... It would really suck if you had one, though, because it's not like a boob job where you can...
It is often what sex therapists treat clients for.
Tell me everything.
For the
right
psychological... Like how that affects you and your life and how you can redefine intimacy in other ways if that's something like, and how to have a happy and healthy sexual life with everything that you were born with.
now. Really?
Or once born with.
Wait,
And everybody deserves love and gets love and
but
except serial killers. I mean, they don't, but
what is the problem usually for them? That when they have this, that like they can't get past it?
yeah, I mean, it would really, really difficult to make dating really hard. They're usually very socially isolated. They have low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just talk about how to like kind of redefine relationships and intimacy in other ways. And
This is totally based on nothing.
Yeah.
But our
Great
our
way to start.
entire other
Yeah.
content, I would suspect that their symptoms mimic the symptoms of every woman on the planet about their body. Like,
oh, they're really similar. Well, they're really similar. How men feel like it's almost like body dysmorphia. It happens in men, just as much as it happens in women. And with men, it's usually around the genital area. The same way with women, it's just like
women all have to suffer with this.
A feeling of inadequacy.
Yeah. Whereas as long as men are in the very general normal range, height, weight.
Right. They're fine. It's fine.
I'm talking hundreds of pounds difference between one or the other. They're fine.
I think you think they're fine, but that's not what I see now. I'm seeing a lot of, there are a lot of male clients who have body image issues.
And you say that they mirror the same effects in women as women?
Yeah.
Okay.
More and more, I think it's becoming more and more frequent. I think social media and things like that are men get the same thing. There's like a rise of eating disorders with men and body dysmorphia and low self-confidence for that reason.
I don't mean to minimize the struggle of any person,
right.
But I find it really hard to believe, given that the cultural pressure for women has been over the course of the entirety of history, and Instagram came about 5 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, pump the brakes on your pity party.
Yeah, well, that's what they're coming in and talking
when
about.
When you have a show like King of Queens... And you'd never have the opposite,
right?
Ever. I'm not.
There are a million shows like that.
Exactly.
They're all like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know.
Yeah, well, they're sad about it.
Yeah, anecdotally.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the stats yet.
Right. And of course, I'm seeing the ones who
Do you feel bad for them? I don't.
I feel bad for all. I mean, not bad, but I feel for anybody who seeks therapeutic help and has some sort of internal, I don't know, dilemma
It's nice
or
of
struggle.
you.
I'm a freaking. I should think like that. It's only my career. It'd be pretty sad if I didn't.
I'm just in a bad mood because of the weather.
I know. You're over the weather.
By the way, I watched that Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You undersold it.
Because I couldn't tell. I couldn't. Suze, my normal go-to is oversell everything, and so I was trying to like pump the brakes. Didn't I say, oh, it wasn't, it's fine, whatever, just watch it? Because I was like, I don't want to oversell it.
I mean, you did tell me I needed to watch it.
Yeah.
But
it was good, right?
It's just...
What was the part what was your takeaway that was most interesting?
I was really surprised at how bad I felt for her.
Right.
And I didn't want to. Like, I felt guilty for feeling bad when the people of color have said that what she's done has been detrimental to their cause. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, why do I have these feelings? But it's because she's clearly damaged.
Yeah, clearly. And how about her sons?
And she's a good mom.
Yeah.
And it's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
People, you got to watch that.
Ooh, yeah.
And why are you dragging your feet on Wild Wild Country? I know you haven't watched it.
I already watched it.
There's no way you would have talked about tough titties if you had watched it. That's all I can think about.
All I can think about is the naked flailing.
Yeah.
It feels like we just
brushed over that.
Right. It was just, and I was like, what? What is happening? And how is this okay?
You are so right. Yes, in the film or in the docuseries Wild Wild Country on Netflix.
Nobody mentioned that one time when they were talking to me about what this documentary is about.
That's because it was so quick.
I was like, I would lead with that.
And I thought they should have spent more time explaining what the hell was going on in that room with the sex and the...
And they're like beating themselves up and like they come out bloody and what the... But then they're all happy and like lovey and kissy. And so I'm like, what is that? Is that like... when somebody has rage issues, you tell them to, like, punch a pillow and then they feel better?
Which character did you think was the most compelling?
Well, the woman.
Obviously Tough Titties was the best, but then of the members.
Oh, I liked the one, there was that gentleman who, the lawyer. Mm-hmm. Because I think he rode the line of, like, between...
emotion and, like...
logic a little more, because he had to deal with more of the... real life, they had to still follow rules and still, he was like their lawyer. He dealt with all the legal problems. So,
Yeah, but what about that Australian lady who, like, basically...
Mm-hmm. Didn't she kill somebody? Wait.
She tried to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then was like,
she
okay
looks
with
like
it.
your Aunt
Yeah, and she's
Sandy.
like, well, I'm going to murder him. And that's, I guess that's what I have to do, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, she's like fine with it.
And I get why people are so into cults, because... you do wonder, like, what happens in the human mind to make you be whatever that is, if you want to call it brainwashed or...
The main guy was creepy at the end, too.
They're all creepy. But I don't know. I really connected with Tough Titties, whose name I wish I could remember.
Yeah, what's her name?
I don't know. But she's so great.
Yeah.
What a badass. Everyone says she's a sociopath. I don't see it.
I don't think so. I mean...
Because she doesn't have remorse, but that's because she doesn't believe she did anything wrong.
Yeah. Wow, that was a crazy one.
You guys should watch that, too.
Well, my mom just moved to Costa Rica, but she lived in Oregon for a while, like 3 years, 2 years, whatever.
Did she move back to Costa Rica?
Yeah, she did. I know. And then she's like mad at me because I won't come visit her on the weekends.
On the weekends?
No, for real. She's like, you just get a flight. It's real quick.
Really?
Mom, I can't just come to Costa Rica.
You know what? I think I will.
Yeah, Susie's will come
That
visit you.
sounds great.
I'm like, Mom, it's a 4-hour just to get to your... But then she's like, no, I moved closer to the airport, whatever. Anywho, so before she was living in Oregon, and my mom would just complain about how sometimes she runs into people who are kind of just a little funky. And this is coming from my mother, who's a little funky herself. And so, she'd just be saying, she's like, some of the people in Oregon, like, they don't believe in putting their children in public schools. They, it's just weird out there. And I feel like it's like the spillover from all these cults.
Oh, really?
It's like 3 generations of cult later.
I don't know. Maybe.
There were a lot of people who were members in Oregon, in that town. How many people?
In that town? There were thousands.
Yeah. So thousands, and then they kind of, there's got to be a few other ones up there.
Crazy for me was how the daughter of Leo Ryan, who was murdered in Jonestown, he was the congressman who was investigating Jonestown. precipitated the whole mass suicide murder. And his daughter was in the wild, wild country. She was a Bagwan or whatever. What do they call those people?
Oh, yeah. Bagwan. I don't even.
Whatever they're called. And I thought, that is too weird.
That is
And now,
too weird.
guess what her job is? Because, I had to look it up.
Okay, wait. Let me guess.
This is so fun because this is such a good job.
Okay. Give me a hint. I need like a good hint, but not too good.
What is the weirdest job you could be involving animals?
Does she mate or impregnate them? Like
Weirder. Because that's just breeding. It's fine.
Yeah, oh, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Weirder than that involves
And not legitimate.
animals and is not legitimate. Does it have anything to do with like weird animal cloning, like combining species?
No.
What?
Pet psychic.
No, but yes. What?
If we have any pet psychics, you're fine.
It's not you.
You're
fine. Present company excluded.
right. It's just that it's like, of course she's a pet psychic.
But if you are a pet psychic, you really need to call me because I got questions about Sigmund.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I almost want her to be on this show. We should call her because she has a website.
Wow.
And be like, we'd love to have you on
I'd like
the
to change my tune on pet psychics just for
Well, you're the type of person where as soon as you got a pet psychic, you would...
believe in pet psychics.
Yeah, you'd be like, and that is so true about Sigmund.
Well, yeah, I would do that. I'd do that.
Do you think your mom would believe in pet psychics? Because your mom's a human psychic.
Yes, and I think that she would say, well, potato.
Oh, really?
I think she'd be like, well...
But they don't speak English.
But my mom always says that she psychically communicates with my animals. But then when I saw how well behaved Sigmund was that week, I was like,
oh,
maybe
no.
she does.
We're
because
so
she will
wrong.
I mean,
what the? Well, because maybe it's about vibes. What do we know?
And she doesn't even talk to him. She'll just look at him. And then he does stuff.
This isn't brain or candy. We should definitely get a pet psychic I will pay for that. I will bankroll.
The pet psychic.
Yeah, because I want to know what is going on in his mind.
Me too.
Lincoln and I talk about Sigmund all the time. Yeah, because he's such an interesting dog.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
he's so funny. Yeah.
Like Bo, your other dog, is like a typical dog.
Yeah. And Sigmund's not. Oh, my God. He's so
what do you
weird.
think the pet psychic would say about Sigmund?
Oh, she would say that if she were the right kind of pet psychic, that he, in a past life, was some, like, high-ranking...
They do that?
I don't know. You're, like, upset with me that, like, I'm delivering you I don't know what the freaking heck a pet psychic does. I'm just, like, guessing.
I think they just say, like...
Past life regression?
No, I think they just say, Sigmund's feeling sad because you leave too much in the day. That kind of stuff.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
For real, I think that's what they do. Where they're like, he's feeling anxious because you moved the chair 2 feet. Honestly.
Oh. Well, they're really not going to like that Landon gave his apple core to Bo yesterday instead of Sigmund. You should have seen Sigmund. He looked like his head was going to explode.
Yeah,
he was like, what are you doing?
If we had the pet psychic on and then that woman said, well, Sigmund said that your husband gave the other dog an apple, you would die.
I would die.
Because you'd know that was true.
Yeah, I would.
So maybe it's time for us to delve in.
Yeah.
By the way, I got Botox the other day.
Oh.
That's why I have this black eye.
I didn't even notice.
Do you see it now?
Yeah, now I do.
They were doing my crow's feet,
Yeah.
and he like hit a vein.
Yeah.
And it was like...
Did it hurt? No.
Yeah, a little
Oh.
when they did that.
I'm going in on Tuesday.
So, yep, Johnny, we're the Botox Candy
Yes,
Podcast.
we
Are you? What are you going to get done?
Wrinkle-free. I don't know. I got a gift card to...
A gift card? Who is giving that?
My husband gave me a gift card to Laser Away for Christmas, and I haven't used it yet.
Sarah.
Yeah.
For the hair?
Well, yes.
That's why he did it, though?
Yeah, and then I had some leftover.
Okay, so he wasn't saying, like,
Go
honey.
get Botox. No. He did it for laser hair removal on my legs.
Okay.
Which is
And you
great.
got that done?
Yeah,
And now
I got
no
one
hair
session.
grows?
1 out of 8.
Oh, okay.
It's a process. But
You're telling me
feeling
after
good.
8 sesh.
No hair.
if that works, I'm doing it.
It's the best money I've ever spent laser hair removal. Wow. And I've done the math. It's way cheaper than razors and
I've done the math.
And waxing your whole life.
Yeah, that waxing's expensive.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Well, I hope your Botox goes better than mine did.
Yeah, I hope so too.
And I was,
it's
in a good
barely
spot.
Notice.
Yeah.
You can just cover that up. Just do a smoky eye.
Right. I have a smoky eye. Right.
You just look like you've done one of those makeup tutorials and just haven't finished the other side yet.
Or that my husband's like a wife beater.
Oh,
like
or I didn't even go there because I know Adam so well that like I was like,
right.
What door hit you in the face?
Susie, are you okay?
Did you trip and fall? Like all the normal excuses women use?
All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a review. In fact, we're going to drink some wine and read some right now. Maybe we'll do like a Facebook or a Insta Live.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh my God,
That'd
that's
be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, everybody. See you next time. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.